In this video, we are going to create an expert advisor that implements a buy trailing stop strategy using MQL5. Let's see how we can do that. We start by opening MetaEditor, which can be done by clicking the little icon or pressing F4. The code begins by including the CTrade class from the standard library, which provides simplified trade methods such as PositionOpen and PositionModify. We then instantiate a CTrade object with default parameters to handle all trade operations, including position management. Next, we define some strategy configuration parameters. These are user adjustable in the Expert Advisor properties. The SMAPeriod is set to 50, which means the simple moving average will be calculated over 50 candles. LookbackBars is set to 50, which defines the historical range for identifying recent price lows, and it can range from 1 to 1,000 bars. MinCandlesBack is set to 5, indicating the minimum age requirement for a valid low, ranging from 5 to 50 candles. TrailingOffset is set to 10.0, representing a safety margin above the identified low in points, ranging from 1 to 20 points. We then declare global variables and handles to maintain state between ticks and store indicator data. These include a unique identifier for the SMA indicator instance, a circular buffer for storing historical SMA values, and an array for storing OHLC data for price analysis. The onInit function is called once during the EA startup to set up indicators and resources. We create an SMA indicator handle using the current symbol and H1 timeframe. The SMA is calculated using closing prices. We configure arrays as time series, aligning array indexing with natural time flow, where index 0 is the current data. The function returns an initialization success code. The open by position function executes a market by order with a fixed 0.10 lots, which is equivalent to 10 micro lots. There is no initial stop loss or take profit for this test position. We retrieve the current ask price for precise order execution and use the trade's PositionOpen method to execute the buy order. The parameters include the financial instrument to trade, directional bias, long position, position size and standard lots, entry price at the current ask, initial stop loss, take profit, and a custom identifier for position tracking. The onTick function is executed on every tick or market change, containing the core strategy logic. We retrieve historical price data for analysis by copying H1 candlestick data for the specified lookback period. We also fetch SMA values from the indicator buffer for trend analysis. The trend detection condition checks if the current closing price is above the SMA value for uptrend confirmation. If no existing positions are present, a new buy order is executed through the dedicated function. During the low identification phase, we find the index of the lowest low in the lookback period. The parameters include the symbol, timeframe, price type, count, and start position. We extract the price value of the identified low. Trailing stop activation conditions require the low to be at least MinCandlesBack old and the current price to sustain above the identified low. We calculate the trailing stop level by adding the offset to the low price, converted to points. The process trailing stop function updates the stop loss for all buy positions to follow price advances. We iterate through all open positions in reverse order for safe modification. We select the position by ticket number for access and filter positions that must be a buy position and belong to the current chart symbol. We retrieve the current stop loss value and update it if the new level is higher than the current stop or if there is no existing stop loss. The position is modified using trade's method, keeping the take profit unchanged. At the end, we press F7 to compile the code. If this was too fast for you or if you don't understand what all the code is doing, you might want to check out the premium course on our website or watch one of the basic videos first. If everything works, we go back to MetaTrader by pressing F4 or clicking on the icon. Back in MetaTrader, we press Ctrl and R to start the strategy tester, pick the expert advisor that we have just created, enable the visual mode, and start a strategy test. We should see the expert advisor on the chart. If you are already a premium course member and have an idea for a video like this one, feel free to send us an email. In this video, we have learned how to code an expert advisor with a buy trailing stop strategy using a few lines of MQL code. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.